Hello there, my very good friends. On today's wrestling news, we have an update on WWE's plans for Da Rock.
The latest on WWE's Backstage morale following the departure of Kevin Dunn.
A current New Japan champion is out of there later this month.
And AEW Star suffered an injury in the Continental Classic. I'm Adam Wilborn.
I'm Andy Murray.
And this is the news.
Gonna kick this one off with the latest on The Rock. It's been one of the big talking points of the week because obviously he showed up on Raw, he teased having a match with Roman Reigns, and now everyone's like, oh, but what about Cody Rhodes? What about CM Punk? What about the Undisputed Universal Championship? What about Elimination Chamber? Will he be in Australia? Will he be in Philly? Will he set a little sign on fire? Will he fall off a hammock? Will he pretend for the third time that he's having an In-N-Out burger for the first time? What is Will he make another kind of diminishing returns movie?
Will he reference, what was it, $7 he always talks about?
I can't even remember.
Yeah.
Well, might do all of those at some point in his life. But for now, yeah, it does look like Mania's on the cards for the Chief. The next few months are going to be very chaotic.
Yes.
This is according to Brian Alvarez, who was on Wrestling Observer Live. Sounded very confident that the Rock would be doing Mania and not Elimination Chamber. So the Elimination Chamber speculation has come up recently.
Yeah.
The idea being that he might wrestle Roman there and then Roman will wrestle Cody, presumably, and finish the story at Mania and all that stuff. And you can add it up quite easily in your head because they're in like a 70,000 seater stadium in Australia. So The Rock versus Roman, that giant backdrop, yeah, that makes sense. But also at the same time, it's not WrestleMania, is it? But that being said, that might be an effective way to have your cake and eat it with regards to The Rock. However, it does sound like he's Mania bound for now. This whole thing is going to be a cluster F for the rest of the WrestleMania season. I am low-key very excited to see how this chaos unfolds. We've said this so many times already, but it's ultimately a good problem having so many stars and not really an obvious way of how to position them. That being said, for me, it's still Cody and Roman for me.
It's not to do a production meeting mid-news, but it's a great first story because I had sort of calmed myself down by going, yeah, they'll definitely do Rock Roman at Elimination Chamber. Look at that stadium. But I, in the back of my head, always knew it's WrestleMania. Yeah. Come on, what are we going to do? The Rock's going to be there doing something. I'm very conflicted about all this because absolutely, obviously, Cody should finish the story at WrestleMania 40. It ties it off really nicely, and I think in the immediate aftermath of WrestleMania 39, people are like, maybe can stretch it to WrestleMania 40, but it's going to take a lot of work. They've managed to get there, in my opinion, but now you can't be like, how about instead of WrestleMania 40, Backlash and Leon?
I mean,
no offense to that. I mean, it's going to be. I'm really looking forward to that show. Or Bash in Berlin, or wherever they want to do it. It has to be at WrestleMania where Cody finishes the story. Having said that, I've never seen The Rock live, and I'm really excited to see him at WrestleMania.
I want everything. I want everything. Yeah. I want Cody versus Roman and Cody The Rock versus Roman.
I really like the fact we've started off the year. We're what, 5 days or whatever it is into January, and I've already seen such convoluted booking on Twitter of like, what if they did Rock versus Roman on night one, and then night two, Cody wins a battle royal, and he wants a title shot in the moment, and what? Yeah. You can't do it. It's so simple. Punk wins the Rumble, let's say, and says, I want to fight night one WrestleMania main event, and night two is the big question mark.
Exactly. For me, in wrestling, literally 99% of the time, do the obvious thing. Like, do the simple thing.
Yeah.
You don't need to take 1,000 million twists and turns. And look, that can be great too. But when it comes to stars and people who are extremely over, make the most of them while they're in that spot. Look, The Rock is the biggest star in wrestling history.
Look at the Raw rating the other day as well.
For a while, he was like the highest paid actor in the world. Maybe he still is.
Yeah.
Black Adam was whack. But, some of his films are a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Hobbs and Shaw.
I don't get the hate that Baywatch got from Rock.
Oh, the Baywatch was all right. That was all right. What's the one where he's in a skyscraper?
Oh,
skyscraper.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. That was fun as well.
Yeah,
it was kind of crap.
It was just like, what if I Die Hard had The Rock and more explosions? Okay.
Yeah. Jumanji rules.
Yeah.
All of those films kick ass. So, he's got some hits. He's got some misses as well. Jungle Cruise was... But, yeah.
There's no money plane.
Anyway, tune in tomorrow for more Rock movie reviews. But again, let us know what you think down below. Do you want Cody versus Roman? Do you want The Rock versus Roman? Do you want Triple Threat? Do you want Cody versus The Rock somehow? Do you want CM Punk in there? Do you want solos? I don't know.
Yeah, bollocks. All the titles. Seth, Punk, Roman, Rock, Cody. There. And then we can have a women's main event on night one.
Hell yeah. There we go.
But let us know your thoughts in the comments, and we'll move on and talk about WWE's backstage morale. This always used to be terrifying because it would get worse and worse and worse, but it's fantastic right now. Even better, arguably, following the departure of Kevin Dunn. This coming from Brian Alvarez, talking about it on Figure 4 Daily with Lance Storm. Alvarez said, Dunn didn't have a stellar reputation. A lot of people are happy that he's gone, kind of like a lot of people are happy that were happy with that Vince was gone. It's almost like two peas in a pod. Alvarez continued talking about how people love basically working under Triple H. I heard someone say yesterday, who's been there a long time, one of the big differences, I've never seen Triple H blow his stack over everything. Like, not one time ever have I seen him flip out. Vince, he could be a complete maniac sometimes, they said.
Yeah, blow his stack. That's an interesting turn of phrase, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, no surprises here. Kevin Dunn... Never heard a lot of great things about Kevin Dunn. What was it John Moxley said about him again?
Oh, yeah.
I tell you what, you help me out and I'll Google it.
Yeah, he was very, it's understandable that Alvarez says that. He was very much part of the Vince inner circle, so it did feel a little bit weird when Vince left. Not that he would just depart along with Vince, but you sense that those two were on very different wavelengths. I think, obviously, it's a low bar to clear, but I think Triple H is doing a stellar job. What did he say?
He's doing a good job. So for a reflection of general opinions on Kevin Dunn, maybe this is a bit more extreme, I'm going to read you a passage from John Moxley's book.
Oh, yes, please.
Which I still haven't read.
No, me neither.
Idiot. But here he goes. This is him talking about just before Moxley's run ended. Was that April 2019?
Yes.
Yeah. If I had gone in there and been an asshole, why didn't he just say, F you then, you're being an asshole? No, he let me go through the whole song and dance while being completely phony, pretending to accept my apology, pretending it was all good and we were friends. Then 5 minutes later, this little CUNT rat goes right to the rest of the office and say I didn't give a sufficient apology and whatever other BS he probably said about me behind my back, no less. This dickless mother effer, and it was 48 hours later. Why didn't you just call me on the phone right when it happened and say, F you, we're all mad at you, and if you do it again, you're fired? Question mark. That would have been easy to understand. Yeah. Instead, I got summoned to the secret castle to be the magical king wizard who lives in the truck and controls the universe to beg for forgiveness. What are all these stupid little games? Best in the world.
I just love Mox, man. And I kind of share the sentiment somewhat towards Kevin Dunn.
Little rat. I don't want to give Nicholas work by swearing. It's funny, though.
But yeah, always nice to hear that people are enjoying going to work.
100%. Tamatonga.
That's his theme.
He's actually got a really good theme.
It's kicks ass.
Flippin' banger. Tamatonga's leaving New Japan.
Soon, yeah.
Yeah, wild, because he's been there for 14 years.
Wow.
Crazy. He actually beat Shingo Takagi yesterday at the Tokyo Dome Wrestle Kingdom 18, became Never Openweight champion again. Really great match. I watched it again this morning, actually, before work. Second best match on the card for me, behind Danielson Okada, which was great. Absolutely fantastic. But he said, basically, like minutes after winning, he did like the little media comments that New Japan wrestlers do after matches with the setting and stuff. And he said,
Dolph Ziggler jumped David Finlay.
Yes, very normal.
Nick Nemeth, sorry, Dolph. Nick, whatever.
Big Nick. You seen his zombie video?
I have.
Hell yeah, brother. Kill them zombies. Yeah, he said he's leaving like minutes after beating Shingo.
That's insane.
I'll read to you what he said. This is kind of transcribed by Issa from Pro Wrestling Illustrated, who was there for the comments, so shout outs to you. Mm-hmm. I'll just read the tweets. This is Tamatonga's last month with New Japan. He wants to find work closer to his home as he misses his family, and leaving them at home is not something he wants to continue to do, as this was his childhood. He loves Japan, this company, and every wrestler. As elated as Tama is with the current state of his career, he misses his family and friends and finds it difficult to leave home. He loves Japan, has the utmost respect for the company and the wrestlers. Having grown up in this life, he finally understands how his father felt. His father is, of course, Haku. Looks like he's off. Interesting. Been a lot of WWE interest. It's also really interesting that New Japan let him win the title.
Yeah.
That shows that they think really highly of him.
Got a good relationship after all those years. Yeah, exactly. I'm excited to see what he does next. A lovely For the most part, a lovely bloke.
Friend of the channel.
Choked out Phil Chambers when I was doing a live podcast with him once at Starcast. But
Phil deserved it.
Phil's
always talking trash.
Aside from that, and Haku trying to kill Simon Miller.
Yeah, thank goodness he didn't pull that off.
He's a top boy, and I'm very excited to see what he does next. And just and again, a nice sentiment of, you know what, this industry's awesome, but family's important to me too, and that has to take priority at some point.
Miss my family, want to go home. Fair play. I'm in favour of jumps. I'm in favour of people who've been in one place for... I said this on the Nick Nemeth video yesterday. When someone's been in the same place for over a decade, let's see them somewhere else. I think that's cool. So good luck to him.
If you want to stick in this same place, hit the subscribe button.
Hell yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about an AEW star carrying injury following the Continental Classic. Well, actually working through it, in fact, because Roosh has revealed on X he has suffered a torn hamstring. He suffered the injury during the match with Mark Briscoe, which was only his second match in the tournament. Yeah. Worked through his remaining matches, which is incredible. When I get a hangnail, I go, probably a week off work that. But Roosh posted in the hashtag AEW Continental Classic, I tore my hamstring in the second match I had. I'll recover and return ready and hungrier than ever for a fight. Gutted about this, but yeah, he's been working with this injury for over a month.
Yeah. Really sucks. I love Roosh. I've always loved Roosh. He is a chaotic mother effer. And he wrestles like a psychopath.
Yeah.
So that's just, and he has nice hair. So that's like three things I really enjoy, despite my own, situation going on here.
He's a piece, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, I love Roosh so much. And I'm gutted that he's going to be out. Don't know how long, don't know how bad the injury is, but we wish him well.
This is like when I found out that footballers, rarely ever play at 100%. Yeah. You just assume that everyone goes into their sport fully fit. Goes into a match, 3 matches he'll have had in the Continental Classic with a torn hamstring. Yeah. And no one was like, oh, that was kind of an off night for Roosh, really. He still did all the stuff he usually does, kicks ass. Get well soon, Roosh. But don't rush back. Yeah. Always with these sorts of things.
Don't rush back. He wrestled at World's End as well. He was in the All-Star tag, so... good luck to
Do you want to just take some time off? No, I'll work the pipe, thanks.
Yeah, he's a new father as well. So hey, look,
that's good.
Resting up, you can chill at home with the family.
Rest up, getting some sleep. Oh, no, not that, but resting up nonetheless.
I'm surprised nobody's tried to concoct some kind of conspiracy theory yet, actually, because Roosh has got a bit of a backstage history in various companies. And his mate Andrade's I'm surprised someone hasn't tried to put some BS plan together.
If that was me, I would 100% milk it. I'm just like, I'll just go and change the babies. The bloody torn hamstring's flaring up again.
Yeah, sorry, you're going to have to deal with this.
I just pretend to be asleep, and then at least takes care of Eric.
Hell yeah, brother.
Right, let's move on to your Twitter questions at WhatCulture WWE on X, of course. Brian George starts off. Cheers for the question, Brian. Good morning, guys. Morning. Assuming Bayley wins the Rumble and faces EO at WrestleMania, could we see Julia debut with WWE and get involved?
At the Rumble?
I assume Mania. I don't know the immediate aftermath. I like Bayley winning the Rumble, though.
Yeah.
I like that as a shout.
I think Julia's contract's not up till March, so yeah, Mania would probably be doable.
Yeah. Really excited to see her in WWE if they do that.
She's one of the best wrestlers in the world. It's an incredible signing, and if they put her in NXT, they are mental. It's like it's like hiring Tom Hanks to do a part in a school play. Like, what the hell? Why would you do that?
What they call Lifetime movies.
Yeah, we're going on a bicycle race. Someone shows up in a Rolls Royce. That's the equivalent of putting Julia on that piece of crap brand. I hate NXT.
I love it. This is the one thing we disagree on.
It's not what I enjoy in life. But hey, look, if you like it, you're wrong.
I think, Julia would be a great addition. I don't know whether she needs to be inserted into that storyline, but Bayley versus EO at Mania just makes sense, doesn't it?
Definitely. It's a marquee match. It'll be a great match. Storyline sense, in-ring sense,
Bring back the Bayley buddies.
No.
It would get such a pop if they did that at WrestleMania.
But what if she does bring them back and then uses a flamethrower?
The Rock comes out. That's his part of WrestleMania.
If you smell... Killing an inflatable tube, man.
The one true Aaron Taylor gives us our next question. Does the AW/ROH women's division have the bodies for a Continental Classic of its own?
Yeah, it does. It does.
Even more so now with Perazzo,
definitely. And if Mercedes shows up, the tournament is money. I've said this a time or two before. twice now I've tried to sit on Twitter and draft brackets with 6 people in them, and every single time I've done it, I've missed out like 10 notable names.
You only need 12 people.
Exactly. Whether or not those notable names are like great wrestlers like a Serena Deeb or a Yuka Sakazaki, who might not be your immediate like first picks or whatever, or a personal favorite, or like a major character like Britt Baker or Nyla Rose. Not that they wouldn't be awesome in the bracket, but like when you put it together, they're so stacked. It's unbelievable. There's so many talented people in that division. It's a total no-brainer to me from a talent standpoint. And if they don't do it, they are cowards.
And you know who should win the Continental Classic?
Hell yeah.
Let's roll the dice. See if we can pull this off.
Lance Archer. Here we go. We always get Lance out of this box.
Yeah.
Who have I got?
Can we do this? Come on, we got 2 chances at this.
Well, I'm in play, although like she probably needs a bit of time. It's Ty Mello.
I had Commander, so.
Okay, well, why not? 1 out of 2. Not bad.
Yeah, I just realised, you fucking Ty.
Ty, you just had a kid.
Hey, from what I've read from idiots online, well, she's had the kid now.
Oh, I remember the Becky Lynch
Oh
one.
my God, she had the baby. She had the baby yesterday, so got her in the room.
Yeah, a week later. On you go.
Jesus Christ, you really don't understand it sometimes, do you? Anyway, final question comes from Jonathan Peter. Happy New Year, you dashing legends. Happy New Year to you too, Jonathan. Considering what's happened in 2023 and in CM Punk's words, hell froze over, what crazy thing in wrestling is there left that no one would ever think would happen?
CM Punk going back to AEW, brother. That's the one now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because they've all gone back. CM Punk's gone back. The Ultimate Warrior went back before he passed away. Hulk Hogan got kicked out of the Hall of Fame and then went back.
Yeah.
And he went back in 2002 as well. Like, everything else... Vince went back, for God's sake, and then he got shunted again. Like, everything has happened. Everything.
Yeah.
CM Punk to AEW.
It's a really high bar, this question, because, like... crazy that no one would think would happen. Like suggesting Omega in the Bucks, obviously not going to happen anytime soon. Suggesting Omega in the Bucks going to WWE is not beyond the realms of possibility. They were asking questions when their contracts were expiring or getting towards the end in AEW, so there's not that. Ric Flair having another match, don't rule that out.
Hulk Hogan having another match?
Ric Flair versus Hulk Hogan in AEW, having one more match with Sting as a special guest referee. That's not out of the realms of possibility.
Well, Hulk Hogan is banned from AEW, sir.
Yeah. Punk going back to AEW is one of those ones, though, that just seems completely impossible. But that was what we would have said about him going back to WWE a year or so ago. So I'm going to just steal what me and Hamlet were talking about before this. And again, it's not completely preposterous. Shane McMahon in AEW. He's not contracted to WWE, and as Hamlet said to me, there's not many McMahon. Well, there isn't any McMahons at the top of WWE anymore.
Literally none.
Shane, he's still got it, in the words of Michael Cole.
Yeah. Well,
can you imagine?
That is the point at which Tony Khan loses his mind.
You have the special the Joker in the casino battle royal. Here comes the money.
Great thumbnail. Great thumbnail.
Yes.
For us. Content game, great.
Oh, God. It's going to be a fun year if last year's anything to go by or the last 5 years anything to go by. Don't rule out anything, but I tell you what, you should rule in your viewing history.
Rule in this video.
Yeah.
Skidoosh. See you later.
Yeah.
Have a good weekend. Goodbye.